Hi everyone, welcome to this video where we will learn about a few available machine learning services on AWS. So in this video we will start by discussing a brief overview of few available AWS machine learning services, and then we will see what is Amazon SageMaker and Amazon SageMaker Studio. Then I'll tell you how you can build a facial recognition application using Amazon Rekognition, and what is this service, what are the few features and use cases of this, and also you will learn about Amazon Deep Lens, Amazon Comprehend and Amazon Translate, and I'll tell you how they both can be used for your different use cases. So let's begin with this video, and before we begin, let me give you a little introduction about myself. My name is Aishwarya Sood. I am 3x AWS certified, also an AWS Academy accredited educator. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. This is my profile name, Aishwarya Sood 29, and you can also scan this QR code to view my profile. So let's begin with the first topic of today's session, that is the overview for a few AWS machine learning services. So there are many services available in the machine learning category of AWS, and some of them include Amazon Rekognition, which offers a pre-trained and customizable computer vision capabilities to extract information and insights from your images and videos. We will see how this works. And also there is Amazon Polly, which is a service that turns text into lifelike speech, allowing you to create applications that talk and build entirely new categories of speech enabled products. Also there's Amazon Textract, which is a machine learning service that uses OCR to automatically extract the text, handwriting and data from scanned documents such as PDFs. Apart from this, we have Amazon Lex, which is a machine learning service which we can use to build interactive chatbots very easily. And then we have Amazon Fraud Detector, and that fraud detector is a fully managed service that will help you detect suspicious online activities such as the creation of fake accounts and online payment frauds. And then we have Amazon Transcribe, which uses a deep learning process called automatic speech recognition to convert the speech to text quickly and accurately. So we will discuss a few of these services in detail in the upcoming slides. Let's begin with the first service for today's session, that is Amazon SageMaker. Amazon SageMaker is a fully managed service, and in the Amazon SageMaker, you get a lot of tools to build, train and deploy machine learning models for predictive analytical applications. The platform automates the tedious work of building a production-ready artificial intelligence pipeline, and we will see how it does that. And deploying ML models is quite challenging even for experienced application developers. So Amazon SageMaker aims to simplify the process. It uses common algorithms and other tools to accelerate the machine learning process. It simplifies the ML modeling into 3 steps: preparation of data, building the model, and then training and deployment. We will discuss all these 3 steps in detail in the next slide. And SageMaker deploys multiple availability zones across multiple availability zones, performs health checks, applies security patches, sets up AWS auto scaling, and also establishes secure HTTPS endpoints to connect to an application. A developer can track and trigger alarms for changes in the production performance via Amazon CloudWatch metrics. So you can monitor it very well using the CloudWatch. Let's discuss the 3 steps that I was telling you about: the preparation, then building, training and deploying of the ML pipeline. So the 3 main steps are building the model, training and tuning it, and deploying and managing. But before we begin with the 3 steps of these 3 things, we prepare. Okay, so the first step in the preparation, here we collect and analyze the data from across our organizations. Then we easily compile, visualize and analyze it to produce the quality ML models. So there is the step, the build step, where we build the ML models. So here we develop the ML capabilities at speed with iterative modeling and optimized algorithm selection. Amazon SageMaker will make it very easy to build ML models and get them ready for training by providing everything that you need to quickly connect to your training data and to select and optimize the best algorithm and framework for your application. SageMaker includes hosted Jupyter notebooks that make it easy to explore and visualize your data that is stored in Amazon S3, and you can connect very well directly to data in the S3, or you can use AWS Glue also to move the data from RDS or DynamoDB and Redshift into S3 for analysis in your notebook. Okay, it's also secure. It provides the security in the way that it stores the code in ML storage volumes, which are secured by security groups and optionally encrypted at rest also. Then comes the step of train and tune. Here, access and manage model training from a single central console, which features automatic model tuning, impact the measurements and parameter modeling. So in the train, what we do, you can begin with training your model with a single click in the SageMaker console itself, and SageMaker manages all the underlying infrastructure for you, and you can the SageMaker itself will be scaling to train the models at petabyte scale. To make the training process even faster and easier, SageMaker can automatically tune your model to achieve the highest possible accuracy. For tuning, what SageMaker actually does is that it finds the best version of a model by running many training jobs on your dataset using the algorithm and ranges of hyperparameters that you specify. It then chooses the hyperparameter values that result in a model that performs the best as measured by a metric that you choose. Then comes the step of deploy and manage. So once your model is trained and tuned, you can use Amazon SageMaker, which will make it easy to deploy in the production, so that you can start generating the predictions on the new data, which is a process which is known as inference. And SageMaker deploys your model on an auto-scaling cluster of Amazon EC2 instances that are spread across multiple AZs to deliver both high performance and high availability. This is how it handles the high availability. So just remember this point. And SageMaker also includes built-in alpha beta testing capabilities to help you test your model and experiment with different versions to achieve the best results. So this is what is included basically in the ML pipeline process with the Amazon SageMaker. If you are quite confused, that's completely fine. You need to understand it you just need to listen to it multiple times to make sure that you understand it better. It needs some kind of practice. Okay, and once you understand it better, it will become easy for you to use it in your different use cases. So let's discuss about few more things about SageMaker. So you can see in the first image, you have two ways to create a Jupyter notebook. If you do not know what is Jupyter notebook, I'll be telling you on the next slide. First step is to as an EC2 powered ML instance directly in Amazon SageMaker, or as a web-based IDE instance in the SageMaker Studio. Then you train and tune your model using various things. Okay, these are all the possibilities and these are the features. Okay, and then once your model is trained and tuned, you will be ready to deploy. And you can see as the features I was telling you, the same thing it's here. It includes alpha beta testing also. Okay, you can use your own model as well for this purpose. So about SageMaker Studio, let me tell you a few points so that you can understand it even better. So SageMaker Studio will provide you with the single web-based visual interface where you can perform all the ML development steps involving improving the data science team productivity by up to 10x, because they will be getting all the things at a single place and it will be becoming easy process. So the more focus will be there on the application development, and SageMaker Studio will give you complete access, control and visibility into each step that is required to build, train and deploy the models. Also, you can quickly upload the data, create new notebooks, train and tune the models, move back and forth between steps to adjust the experiments, compare the results and deploy all the models to production all in one place, making you much more productive. Also, it provides an integrated Jupyter authoring notebook instance. So if you do not understand what's that, the Jupyter notebook is just an open source web application that allows you to create and share the documents that contain live code, equations, visualizations, and narrative text. Uses of Jupyter Notebook, few uses can be data cleaning and transformation, numerical simulation, statistical modeling, etc. It is also known as IPython notebook. IPython provides a kind of a rich toolkit which helps you make the most out of using Python interactively. So let's see a few features about the SageMaker Studio. First feature is that it provides you with the elastic and shareable notebooks. Because the SageMaker Studio notebook has just one-click Jupyter notebooks that can be spun up quickly. The underlying compute resources are fully elastic, so you can easily dial up or down the available resources, and the changes take place automatically in the background without even interrupting your work at all. And you can also share the notebooks with others in a few clicks. They will get the exact same notebook that is also saved in the same place. The next feature is about you can connect to Apache Spark. You can visually browse, discover, and also connect to Apache Spark data processing environments which are running on Amazon Elastic MapReduce from your SageMaker Studio notebooks with just a few clicks itself. And also the experimentation is quite more scalable, because while experimenting with different combinations of input to fine-tune models, you can launch an experiment leaderboard alongside your notebooks. The leaderboard automatically tracks, sorts, and ranks all the experiments. With a glance, you can easily compare and identify the best performing model. And setting up Amazon SageMaker environment on your local machine is also possible. That I have not included in this slide, but listen this point carefully, that you can also set up the SageMaker environment on your local machine. A common misconception, especially when you are starting out with the SageMaker, is that in order to use these services, you need a SageMaker notebook instance or SageMaker notebook. You can in fact kick off all these services directly from your local machine or even from your favorite IDE. You can use SageMaker Python SDK and AWS SDK for setting up Amazon SageMaker environment on your local machine. So just to tell you that this is also possible. So as I told you that SageMaker Studio provides you a single place where everything is available, all the steps can be tracked. You can see all the steps include different services and the tools that are available. I'll be introducing you to a few of them. Okay, you can read more about them if you want to dive deep into Amazon SageMaker, but here in the scope of this video, I'll be just telling you about 3 or 4 out of all of them. So coming to the first one, which is Amazon SageMaker Ground Truth. What does it do? It's a fully managed data labeling service that makes it easy to build highly accurate training data sets for machine learning. It will help you reduce the time and effort to create the data sets by using machine learning to automatically apply the labels to the data. So just remember with the keyword that if you want the labeling to be done, you want to apply the labels to the data, SageMaker Ground Truth is a solution in that case. Then comes the SageMaker Autopilot. Okay, you can see it automatically creates the machine learning models with full visibility. It automatically inspects the raw data, then it applies the feature processors, picks the best set of algorithms, trains and tunes multiple models, tracks their performance, and then ranks the model based on the performance, all with just a few clicks. And the result is the best performing model that you can deploy at a fraction of time normally required to train the model. Apart from this, we have SageMaker Clarify, which I'll be explaining right now. That what does it do? It will help you improve the model transparency by detecting the statistical bias across the entire ML workflow. So it will check for the imbalances during the data preparation, after training, and ongoing over time, and also includes tools to help explain ML models and their predictions. Findings can be shared through explainability reports. Okay, and apart from this, we have SageMaker Studio notebooks for running the Jupyter notebook, and we can also build or bring our own algorithms. You can read about all of these services also, that how do they help in the entire ML pipeline. Okay, so this is all about SageMaker, and we will be now moving to the next ML service of AWS, that is Amazon Rekognition. It allows adding image and video analysis to your applications without even requiring ML expertise. You can get started with Amazon Rekognition very easily. We have two things here: Rekognition image and Rekognition video. Rekognition image lets you easily build powerful applications to search, verify, and organize millions of images. It uses deep neural network models to detect and label thousands of objects and scenes in your images. And Rekognition video lets you extract motion-based context from stored or live stream videos and helps you analyze them. It's a video recognition service that detects activities, understands the movement of people in the frame, and also recognizes the objects, celebrities, and much more from the video that are stored in Amazon S3. Also, Amazon Rekognition helps it offers APIs to detect the objects and scenes, detect and analyzes the faces, recognize the celebrities, and a lot many things. Few of these we will be seeing in the demo also. Also, it's a fully managed service which can be consumed as an API, which provides highly accurate facial analysis and facial search capabilities. And then with Amazon Rekognition, custom labels, you can identify objects and scenes in the images that are specific to your business needs. So about this custom labels and a few more features of Rekognition, let's move to the next slide. As I told you that Rekognition's custom labels is meant for finding objects and scenes in the images. So when custom labels are trained to detect your use case specific unsafe image content, they can detect unsafe image content specific to your use case. So you will be seeing a lot of cases, features I'll be telling you. Okay, first use case can be the COVID-19 use case. You can use Rekognition custom labels to detect PPE such as high visibility vests, safety goggles, and other PPE unique to your business. Okay, if somebody is wearing all that equipment or not. And it can be object and scene detection as well. Okay, which refers to the process of analyzing an image or video to assign labels based on its visual content. It can also do the face recognition, which is just the process of identifying or verifying a person's identity by searching for their face in a collection of faces. Also, face comparison can be done using the Amazon Rekognition, where it will compare one face to one or more faces to measure the similarity. Also, the text detection can be done, where it detects and recognizes the text within an image or video, such as street names, captions, product names, overlaid graphics, video subtitles, and many more things. Then it can also do the celebrity recognition. It's a deep learning based, easy to use API for detecting and recognizing of all the individuals who are quite famous, noteworthy, or prominent in their field. So this also is possible through Amazon Rekognition. Apart from this, we have the video recognition video also available, where you can search for faces that are appearing in a video using your either own repository or collection of face images. So multiple things are there which you can do with Amazon Rekognition. This is a very interesting service. I really like this very much, and these were just few of the use cases. So you can explore it more, learn more about it. Now what I will do, I will create a facial recognition application which uses Amazon Rekognition to build that functionality, and you can see how does this work. So let's go to AWS console and let me tell you how I'm going to build that application. So basically I have the code for the application ready. I'll be hosting the application on Amazon EC2. The images will be uploaded and they will be sent to Amazon Rekognition through the application itself, and Amazon Rekognition will detect the faces from the image that we have uploaded, and it will give the analyzed results. So let's go to EC2 and launch an EC2 instance where we will be hosting the application which detects the faces. So let me launch the instance quickly. I'll be just using the simple AMI for Linux 2. Okay, this is fine for this demo, and the instance type t2.micro is also fine for this demo. In the instance details, I'll be letting everything as default. Just one IAM role I am applying. I already have the role created for my EC2 instance. This role is nothing but it just gives the permissions to EC2 instance to access Amazon Rekognition, because EC2 will need to talk to Amazon Rekognition. It will be sending images to the Rekognition so that it can give us the results. Other things leaving as default and going ahead. Storage also I'm leaving as default. Tags, let me add a tag, that name and facial recognition. Okay, and then click on configure security group. So for security group also I have an existing security group. Okay, this security group, what it does, what are the ports open here, you can see SSH port 22 from anywhere, and custom rule I have opened here, the port number 3000, because application will be hosted on this port. So this is the security group rules, that's it, and click on review and launch. And I click on launch. Here I go. I will proceed without a key pair for this demo because I'll just connect through the console itself, and then click on launch instance. So my instance will be ready to use within the few seconds. Let me see if it is ready or if it is in pending state. So it is just in the pending state. In the next few seconds, once it is ready to use, I'll connect to this EC2 instance. I'll deploy my application on it and the application will be ready. So here's my EC2 instance ready and running. Now I will connect to this EC2 instance and then click on connect, and I'll just paste the commands to deploy the application code on my EC2 instance, and once they are processed, once they are run, my application will be ready to use. Okay, so the commands are run. Just one more command I will run, node server.js, and let's see, it is saying that server has started on the port 3000. Now how should I check it? I just need to copy this public IP that is given on the bottom left of the screen. Just copy this and I'll paste it in a new tab, and here I go with the port 3000 because the application is on this port. So you can see the application is ready. It is hosted, and now what I will do, I will try uploading some images and then I will see what are the results it is giving me. So let me click on choose file and I'll upload some images I have for demo, and let me show you. If I upload this child image, what does it say? Facial attributes it has guessed. So this is being done by Amazon Rekognition. This result that you can see is given by the Amazon Rekognition. Okay, the EC2 has just the code deployed on it, but this result is we are getting from the Amazon Rekognition. It says facial attributes, whatever it has fetched from the image from the face that is visible in the front, and the image attributes, whatever it can fetch from the overall image, not just from the face. Okay, so there was face, that's why it has detected the face. But what if the image has no face? Okay, let me try with the dog image. It says no deducible facial features. Why? Because there is no human face deducible. The facial attributes are not deducible here, and the image attributes, you can see all the attributes it has taken from the image, and it has given us that there's a dog, it's a golden retriever, there's a mammal, grass, plant, puppy, and petals. Okay, what about the building images? Let me try one more image with the Taj Mahal. So you can see there are no deducible facial features, but the image attributes, you can see the dome is there, architecture, building, person, human, monument. So this is just one example, and you can build many more such applications if you want using Amazon Rekognition. This is just one example of the capabilities that Rekognition holds. So if you want to build this application, you want a step-by-step guide, you can contact me on LinkedIn. I can provide you the step-by-step, the code that I used here. That also you can try on your own. Okay, so for now let's get back to our next service in this today's session, which is Amazon Deep Lens. So this is Amazon Deep Lens. You can see the image here. I really like this device. So what exactly does it do? It's a wireless video camera device which runs machine learning models and also integrates ultimate AI tools to develop computer vision programs. This unit supports various deep learning frameworks like MXNet, Apache MXNet, TensorFlow, and also Caffe frameworks. Also, you can deploy a model into the AWS Deep Lens through Amazon SageMaker, which we learned in the starting of today's session, right? And models are trained in Amazon SageMaker, but you can import other models also into the Deep Lens. And you will only require internet connectivity to deploy the model to your device from AWS unless your project requires interaction with the cloud. Once the project is received by the Deep Lens unit, all inferences are performed locally, and the unit comes with the few pre-configured models as well. Also, it enables you to learn and explore the latest AI tools and technologies for developing CV applications based on a deep learning model. So let me tell you a few use cases and a few examples where Deep Lens is used and how it gives the results. First is the object detection, where it accurately detect and recognize the objects. You just need to, you know how you keep the camera and you see in the screen the objects. So it will detect all of them within itself. Okay. And the difference between a cat and dogs, you just need to detect the cat and dog. The cat and dog are sitting, let's say, and you placed your camera there in front of them. It will detect a cat or dog using the Deep Lens itself. Also, bird classification can be done. You can detect more than 200 species of birds using your Deep Lens device. Also, activity recognition can be done. You can recognize more than 30 kinds of actions such as brushing teeth, applying lipstick, and playing guitar using your Deep Lens device. Also, another amazing thing that is here is head pose detection. It detects 9 different head poses, angles, and also face detection is done, where it can detect the faces of the people. If there are some human faces available in the image or in the like real time, it can detect them as well. So this is really a nice device. You can just explore it a little more if you want. Next service that I'll be telling you about is Amazon Comprehend. It's a NLP service, that is natural language processing, that uses ML to discover insights from the text. Okay, this is a keyword here, that it discover the insights from the text. NLP is just a way for the computers to analyze, understand, and derive the meaning from textual information in a smart and useful way. So it can provide you with the key phrase extraction, sentiment analysis, entity recognition, topic modeling, and also language detection APIs. I'll be showing you one example where it is detecting the sentiment from the text that we are giving, whether the text that you have given is positive, is it neutral, is it negative, what kind of sentiments are there in the text that are reflecting. And also one more option is here with the Comprehend, that is Amazon Comprehend Medical. So this offering of Comprehend makes it easy to use machine learning to extract the relevant medical information from the unstructured text. For example, you can quickly identify medical information such as medical conditions and medication and determine their relationship to each other. For instance, medication and dosage. But please note, when you are using Amazon Comprehend Medical to identify the protected health information, please recall that this service provides something known as confidence score also, which indicates the level of confidence in the accuracy of the extracted result that it has given to you. Since this is the thing that is quite sensitive, so you should also evaluate these confidence scores and identify the right confidence threshold for your use case. But it is also recommended that you use additional human review or other methods to confirm the accuracy of the extracted health information by the Comprehend Medical, because this is case sensitive. So it's a sensitive case in the medical, so you can't rely on the machine entirely. Although it is giving you some information, but it is recommended that you should include some kind of human review in the entire process as well. You can quickly gather the information such as medical condition, medication, dosage, strength, and frequency from a wide variety of sources like doctor's notes, clinical trial reports, and also patient health records. So, a few use cases for Comprehend and Comprehend Medical I'll be telling you now. So one use case here can be voice of customer analytics, where you can gauge whether the customer sentiment is positive, neutral, negative, or mixed based on the feedback that you receive via the support calls, emails, social media, and other online channels. Also, you can use it for semantic search. You can use it to provide a better search experience by enabling your search engine to index key phrases, entities, and sentiment. This will enable you to focus the search on the intent and the context of the articles instead of basic keywords. Also, the Comprehend Medical you can use for variety of use cases such as patient case management and outcome, where the doctors and healthcare providers can manage and easily access the medical information that doesn't fit into traditional forms. Also, you can use it for clinical research and for medical billing and healthcare revenue cycle management. So what exactly you do in the Comprehend, how exactly it works? You input something, okay, you from the social media post or emails or web pages or any kind of document, then Comprehend automatically extract the key phrases, the entities, sentiment, language, and the topics. Then it outputs whatever it has detected and analyzed. Okay, you will be able to see that with the confidence scores as well. So let me show you how does it work on AWS console. So we just need to go to the Comprehend, and it's a very straightforward thing that you can experiment on your own. Okay, so just go to the Comprehend and say launch Amazon Comprehend. Here it does a real-time analysis of what you are what you are giving here as the input. So I have some sample text which I will just paste here, and let me analyze this and see what does it say. So it has got some results. You can see the person, the entity it has got, and the location. From the text it is saying that the location is there and multiple other things. So if I go to key phrases, what it has guessed, okay, the page is any travel, what is a confidence score from the key phrases, basically whatever are there in the entire paragraph, and the confidence score along with them. And what's the language? That it's English, it's 0.98 0.98. Confidence it has given. Then sentiment I will tell you. Okay, so neutral, no, it's entirely 0.99. Confidence, that it's positive, no negative, no mixed, it is positive. So I have few more examples also to show you. The one example I have shown you here, and let me try one more. I will just copy paste the text here and let me analyze this one. So here what it is, the entities that it has fetched, and the language again it is English. The sentiment, let's see, it is 0.98, saying that it is negative. So let me read. I just wanted to find some really cool new places such as Seattle in November. I have never visited before, but no luck here. Some of these suggestions are just terrible. I had to laugh. Most suggestions were just your typical big cities, restaurants, and bars. Nothing off the beaten path here. So basically, once we are reading this, we are also getting that it's kind of negative. So this is what it has done without even the human analysis that is this negative or positive or what kind of sentiment is there. It is giving us directly. Okay, it has made the process even easier. So this is how it works. Okay, this is very straightforward. You can experiment multiple kinds of text and analyze what's the sentiment, what's the language, what are the entities, what are the key phrases in that. Okay, everything you can understand. Now let's get back to the next service in the machine learning category, which is Amazon Translate. So as the name suggests, you would have understood the purpose of this service. Yes, you would have guessed it right. It's a service for translating the text between supported languages. It is powered by deep learning methods the service provides high quality and affordable and customizable language translation, enabling the developers to translate company or maybe some user authored content or build the applications requiring support across multiple languages. You should use Amazon Translate because it enables you to reach more customers, communicate with them more effectively. Many businesses have large volumes of content, and the only way to make all of it accessible in multiple languages in a timely manner is to use a machine translation. And with the help of Amazon Translate, it makes this work very easy. Let's see a few use cases of this service. First is that you can localize the content such as websites and applications for your diverse users. So with Amazon Translate, you can easily translate massive volumes of user generated content in real time. Websites and applications can automatically make the content such as feed stories, profile descriptions and comments available in the user's preferred language with just a click of a translate button. And also you can do the text analytics where you are not restricted by language barriers with the Amazon Translate, because you can understand the social sentiment of your brand, product or service while monitoring online conversations in a different language. Also, the communication is easy. It can provide automatic translation to enable cross-lingual communications between users of your applications. So let me show you this service. How does this work? This is again very straightforward, like how we have seen the comprehend. This translate also works in a little similar way. Let me show you. Let's go to the AWS console and find Amazon Translate, and here we go. The translate is here. We just need to input the text that is here. Okay, I have some text which I know is in French. I have just got the demo text. If you do not know what language is this, you can set it to auto. Okay, so it has detected that this language is French. Otherwise, if you know the language, you can define in the source language what is the source language and what is the target language. Okay, you can select. A lot of languages are supported. English is there, French is there, German, Gujarati, Hindi and Italian, Japanese. Okay, a lot of languages are supported, and here the target language, immediately in the real time it has guessed it. Okay, it has given us the result. What does this text means? Okay, the translated language has been given here. Okay, you can also integrate it with your application. You can see the JSON request and response is also given here, which will help you a lot in the troubleshooting purposes. Okay, so you can see the JSON text, the request and response, both are there. So this is very straightforward. You can experiment with this as well when you have some translating requirements. Okay, so let's go back and finish up this session with the last service for today's session, which is Amazon Forecast. So before I tell you about Amazon Forecast, for this is a very common term, but still I'll explain it briefly. It's the forecasting is basically the science of predicting the future. By using some past data, businesses can understand the trends, make a call on what might happen and when, and in turn build that information into their future plans for everything from product demand to inventory planning and staffing. These days, businesses try to use everything from simple spreadsheets and to complex demand or financial planning software to generate forecast, but still the high accuracy remains elusive. So Amazon Forecast provides the solutions for all the challenges that you can face with these with the existing solutions. First of all, based on the same technology that is used at Amazon.com, Amazon Forecast uses the machine learning to combine time series data with the additional variables to build the forecasts. For example, the demand for a particular color of a t-shirt may change with the seasons and store location. This complex relationship is hard to determine on its own, but machine learning is ideally suited to recognize it. The input data must be time series data. It takes the historical data and any additional data as the input that you believe may impact your forecast. Time series forecasting is a technique that predicts the future time series data based on the historical data, and Amazon forecast can be used to forecast any time series data such as retail demand, manufacturing demand, travel demand, revenue, IT capacity, logistics, and web traffic. So it will then provide you with the forecasting model based on the input data that you have given. So this is about all the machine learning services for today's session. I hope you have understood the basics of all the services that we have learned today. Thank you.